Thank you very much. I want to welcome you to the 14th Street Y. My name is Stephen Chazan Arnoff. I'm the executive director here. This exhibition is a joint project of LABA, the National Laboratory for New Jewish Culture at the 14th Street Y, and ALMA, Home for Hebrew Culture in Tel Aviv. So the work that you see is work that results from a dialogue over the course of the past year, through a blog, through joint study, through conversations amongst artists and residents here and in ALMA and our respective staffs, exploring through the lens of traditional ancient texts what it means to have a body.
Especially in New York and in Chelsea, where the galleries are really dealing very much, at least in the last 10 years, there's a huge boom in the art market and selling a lot of work, and art is something also very commercial. Here we're doing something different. We're putting the text and the cultural experience in the center, seeing how ancient texts reflect and connect to what's happening now in contemporary art. What do artists and people today, how do they see the body? What does body image mean? What is the body as far as transforming body, transforming gender, body culture that has to do with tattooing, and that compared to rituals of the past.
Here this week we've been exploring classical texts in the original and an English translation with artists here at the 14th Street Y, part of LABA, and artists who are visiting us from ALMA. And there is a huge gap in the ability of people to understand Hebrew. So for many of the artists who work here, creative, intelligent, engaged, curious, eager to delve into the classic texts, but they do not have the basic Hebrew skills to do so. And at the same time, we are attempting to create a bridge between the rich culture of Tel Aviv expression of study and art and community, and the rich culture, hopefully getting richer, here in this urban setting with the same.
Take your shoes off, don't come closer. This is holy ground.
He enters this place and he meets God. Like God is coming towards him, you know?
And what I feel is so special about studying Torah with artists is that they do not study Torah like academics, and they don't talk about it. They do it, and when they study, they're hungry, and they're looking for something in the text that they desperately need for their work. And then the moment comes when you teach something and they grab it, like a bird that catches a fish, they take it home and they do their art with it.
I've chosen a very short paragraph which says, in my flesh I behold God. And I thought it's a Jewish thing, it's a Jewish text, but there's something very Christian in this meaning. I thought about planting a very Christian image of the revelation of God in my body, in the very particular Jewish body. Actually, it's Jesus' face appearing on the hairs of the belly.
I've been interested in the myth of the golem for a while, and so through that I did some research and came across Cynthia Ozick's work, which is kind of a New York feminist contemporary version of the myth. So I thought that would be an interesting, more personal interpretation, and it's 5 superimposed graphite drawings that are kind of trying to tell the story of that particular golem for that series.
I'm happy to be here. It's not important if I'm coming from Tel Aviv or France or New York. We find a connection, a kind of bridge. It's so different from what I know.
think the big advantage of living in Israel is that we have Jewish public space. And you live naturally in your Jewish public space, in my case, in urban Jewish Tel Aviv. And the city itself is bringing the possibilities of expressing yourself as a Jew in the street, in the art, in the music, on radio, on television, and so forth. In the way you dress, in the way you celebrate the calendar and the season, so forth. When you come to this country, you have to build islands of Jewish public space. And in my eyes, what you did here, the 14th Street Y, is a unique Jewish space that is not the usual religious space like a synagogue, but another option, very Tel Avivi. So this space here that is clean and modern, and not everything is tremendously meaningful. This is, a chair is just a chair. In such an environment, the possibility of being Jewish for young people, non-affiliated people, or post-affiliated people and so forth is a whole new option, and I think a new renaissance of Judaism can come out of that. I admire the work that you did here.
You can stay for our dance party right on the wall behind this.